They say kindness can change someone's life, but nobody warned this wealthy businessman. Every morning, Daniel walked into his company wearing an expensive suit, surrounded by people who respected him. He was a successful CEO, but behind the expensive car, the large office, and the millions in his bank account, Daniel carried one painful secret. His company was in trouble. For months, he had been trying to secure one major contract. If he got it, hundreds of employees would keep their jobs. If he lost it, he might have to shut down the company. And the final decision was only days away. One cold evening, Daniel was driving home when he noticed an old man standing beside a broken-down van. The man was holding a small cardboard sign. "Please, I'm not asking for money, I just need work." Most cars drove past. Daniel almost did too, but something made him slow down. He pulled over.
Sir, are you okay? My van broke down 3 days ago. I've been sleeping inside it while looking for work.
Daniel looked inside the van. There was an old blanket, a bottle of water, and a small bag containing everything the man owned. Daniel's heart sank. "What kind of work can you do?" The old man looked at him. "Anything."
I used to repair machines. I worked in a factory for almost 30 years.
Daniel paused. "Then why aren't you working now?" The old man lowered his head. "They closed the factory." Then he whispered, "I'm too old for most employers." Daniel felt something break inside him. He called a mechanic to repair the man's van. Then he took him to a restaurant.
Order whatever you
want. The old man looked at the menu for a long time. Finally, he ordered the cheapest meal. "I've learned not to ask for more than I need." That sentence stayed in Daniel's heart. After dinner, Daniel asked, "Where are you going tonight?" The old man pointed toward the broken van. Daniel shook his head. "Not tonight." He booked the man a hotel room for a week. Then he gave him enough money to buy food. But before leaving, Daniel asked one final question. "What was your name?" The old man smiled. "Robert." Daniel shook his hand. "Robert, keep going. This difficult season won't last forever." Robert's eyes filled with tears. Then he drove away. But Daniel had no idea that his simple act of kindness had just changed the direction of his own life. The next morning, Daniel arrived at his office early. His assistant rushed toward him.
"Sir, we have a problem."
Daniel's heart dropped. "The company, considering our contract, just called." Daniel entered his office and answered the phone. The voice on the other end said, "We've decided not to move forward with your company." Daniel froze. Everything went silent. After months of work, the contract was gone. "Sir, there's someone here to see you." "Who?" "He says his name is Robert." Daniel looked up. "Robert?" Robert walked into the office wearing clean clothes. But he wasn't alone. Behind him were 3 executives. Daniel stood up. Robert looked at him and smiled. "Daniel, I owe you an explanation." One of the executives stepped forward. "Mr. Daniel, we represent the company that was supposed to award you the contract." Daniel's heart began racing. The executive continued, "Yesterday, our board rejected your proposal, but this morning, something changed." Daniel looked at Robert. The executive smiled. Mr. Robert was one of the engineers who helped build the system our company still uses today. I spent 30 years designing and repairing industrial systems. When I lost my job, I thought my life was over. But yesterday, you were the first person who treated me like I still had value. So when I learned which company had stopped your contract, I asked them to look at your proposal again. Daniel could barely speak. "But why?" Robert smiled. "Because you gave me something nobody else had given me. Hope." The executive placed a folder on Daniel's desk. "We reviewed your proposal again. We've decided to award your company the contract." Daniel opened the folder. His hands began shaking. It was the contract he had prayed for, the contract that could save his company. "I only bought you dinner." Robert shook his head. "No, Daniel. You reminded me that I was still a human being worth helping. Daniel walked around the desk and hugged him. Two men who had been strangers less than 24 hours earlier stood there crying. One had needed a second chance. The other had needed a miracle. And somehow, they became the answer to each other's prayers. Daniel later offered Robert a permanent position as a consultant, not because he felt sorry for him, but because he finally understood his value. Sometimes, the blessing you are praying for doesn't arrive through a miracle in the sky. Sometimes, it arrives disguised as a person who simply needs your kindness. And sometimes the person you help today may be the very person God uses to help you tomorrow. Comment kindness if you believe that what you give to the world can return to you when you least expect it. Subscribe for more emotional, dramatic stories.